The only thing better than uncracking 1 bottle of whiskey is uncracking 4 bottles of whiskey. That's right. I got 4 bottles of whiskey today, uncracked, untasted. Time to see how good I think they are on the first impressions. First up is Weller's Special Reserve. Should retail around 30 bucks. Definitely does not. There are stores that retail this bad boy around 100 bucks. Do not pay for that. It is a wheated bourbon. It is 45% alcohol, 90 proof, no age statement. Time for the fresh uncrack. Oh, listen to that. Now, I have not had Special Reserve yet. I know it is the cheapest of the Weller lineup, but this is my first impression. Now, the 12 was, for me, not great. The 107 was awesome. I have not had a full proof, a single barrel, or a CYPB in my life, but let's see what the Special Reserve gives us for this. Really standard. Actually a little bitey considering it's 45% alcohol on the nose. Kind of sharpy. There's slight caramel, a little bit of oak influence in it. Not a whole lot going on in the nose there. First sip here. Really light bodied, and in fact, for 30 bucks, this would be a fantastic bottle if you could have it all the time on your shelves. Problem is, this thing is allocated out the butt. And if you do find it, at least where I am in Maryland, you're gonna pay over 75 bucks for this thing. Do not do it. Actually, kind of sweet on the back palate there. A lot of dark fruits, I'd say strawberries, raspberries, a little bit of raisins there. Man, that would be an incredible daily sipper. I'm gonna say, if you grab this guy for MSRP, it is fantastic because it is 30 bucks, should be maybe max 40. It is fantastic for that price. However, if you do pay over that, like I say 50 plus, it's not gonna have the same amount of kick for you. But this has a lot of nice fruity characters on it. I'm getting a lot of strawberries. That wheat is really making this really nice and smooth and nice, and the 90 proof isn't too low. I get a lot of flavors there, way better than a nose. But that's pretty solid for my first sip of Special Reserve Weller. Okay, Elijah Craig Toasted is another no-age statement bourbon. It is a toasted barrel, so not a heavy char or anything like that. It is 94 proof, 47% alcohol. Let's crack this Elijah Craig Toasted. Oh, toasted is, again, it's kind of the fad going around a bourbon roll right now. I've had one other toasted. I'm like, with it. We'll see if the Elijah Craig version is a lot better. I am very curious. This used to be allocated, but then Heaven Hill decided, you know what? We're gonna make it not allocated, and now it's like 55 bucks. I got it for around 60. So it actually has a better value now than when I bought it. But see what this thing smells like. Ooh. That's maple, lots of maple there. Really syrupy, kind of has like a viscous syrup honey going on, some brown sugar. A much more complex nose than this guy over here. And in fact, lots of cherries. Just this nose makes you want to drink the whiskey. So here's my first sip of toasted Elijah Craig. Very nice. The red fruit goes away on the palate for me. And in fact, now this hasn't sat at all in oxygen. It's just boom, bang. So probably in the next 24 hours, this bottle will change a little bit and maybe be a little better. But for now, the palate now kind of has a bunch of empty feel to it. It's incredibly smooth and it's 2% more alcohol than the Weller, but it is definitely still smoother than that. I'm getting just a lot of just empty grain. There might be a smidge of vanilla on there, trying to get some sweetness going. There's a little bit of graham cracker and almost like toast coming through, a little bit of yeast. But other than that, kind of an empty palate, at least if you compare it to the nose. The nose was really sweet, viscous, and fruity. The palate is not thin, but not medium bodied between those two. and it's incredibly smooth and less flavors, but not bad for my first sip of this guy on the Elijah Craig Toasted. Okay, 1792 from the Barton Distillery. It is a 12-year bourbon, 48.3% alcohol, 96.6 proof. The MSRP on this, I'm pretty sure, was $80. Do not pay more than that. I will say that 1792 stuff at MSRP is an incredibly affordable brand. If you find a store willing to sell it to you for that price. Okay, let's crack this bad boy, huh? Ooh, that's a little weak, but you know what? Oh, it smells good. I'm a gigantic 1792 fanboy, and my buddy Eric found a store in Georgetown that was selling the 12-year, and he said, hey, you want this? I was like, yes. So now I have the Bottled and Bond, a foolproof single barrel pick, and a aged 12 years. This would be one of the oldest bourbons that I have, and it was the first 12-year that I picked up ever, and I'm excited because the Bottled and Bond and the Foolproof are incredibly great bourbons. And again, this one being 12 years, I've heard 12 years is almost a perfect age for a bourbon because anything over than that, you might get an over oak taste. So we'll see here. Really well balanced. There's a lot of oak influence, but there's also a lot of fruit and vanilla and caramel trying to calm some of that oak spice coming through on that first nosing. Really nice character here. It's not burning. It's the highest proof so far at 96.6. But it has less bite than the Weller Special Reserve did on the nose. So let's get this thing in my mouth. Ooh, that is really nice. Take the full flavor profile of the Foolproof, take the smoothness of the Bottled and Bond, and put them together, bang. Like, this has all of the smoothness of a low ABV whiskey, 96.6 proof, but so much flavor. And that oak influence kind of goes away, and now I'm presented with a lot of strawberries and raspberries. There's a lot of figs. This is going to be a nice session dram. You pour this guy out, you let it sit for 90 minutes while you're sipping it, and you let the oxygen change it. You put like 1 drop of water in here, you let the chemistry do what chemistry does, which is change things, and that's really cool. This is a really good bottle. I can't wait to review this, because now that I've cracked it, I can now just dive into it, and it's gonna be great. But right now, of these three, this was my favorite. It has a lot of nice, sweet, decadent flavors on it, but it is very well balanced and smooth. So that is the 1792 12-year. Okay, Peerless Double Oak Bourbon, 108.4 proof, 54.2% alcohol. This is a very hard bottle to find. If you're lucky, you'll get it for about 80 bucks like I did, but I've seen them go for as high as 110, 115. I'm not sure they're worth that much, but this is the bottle that I am most excited about. Oh, let's crack this one, shall we? Boom. Let's hear that fresh crack. Oh, what a good sound. Like I said, I think I'm most excited about this one because in the bottle, it looks like dark coffee and it has a really nice dark color. And I know with these slow legs, it's gonna be a nice full-bodied whiskey. And with Double Oak, I enjoy some spicier notes here. And when the toasted side of this Double Oak, you should be able to get a little more sweet barrel char coming through. So I am excited about this, definitely. But this, of these four, I'm hoping is my favorite. And right off the bat, I am just hit with butterscotch. Just, that's all I'm getting. A really awesome punch of butterscotch in the nose. I can already tell just by the nose, and I saw the legs, very thick whiskey. I love a great mouthfeel, but again, this is 54% alcohol, so this has kicked it up a notch since these last three. And I didn't even realize I did these by price. I actually did it by proof as well, so that was a nice little side effect there, but a very sweet, decadent, full layered nose here. Let's see if the palate can hold up to the nose. Yep. That is so good. That is one of the most full flavored bourbons that I have ever had to date. And the best part is, it didn't burn that much going down. That is a full 6.5% more alcohol than the 1792 12 year. And it has none of that burn. And the finish sits so much vanilla, so much butterscotch. This is very, very, very good. And it's only going to get better now that oxygen is going to get in the bottle, because like some people say that the neck pour doesn't exist, but I am definitely a fan of when you crack a new bottle, you pour it out, you let it sit for a while, or you come back the next day for a pour, because it definitely oxidizes and gets a little better. But right now, this is just so good. When I'm done recording, I'm gonna pour another dram of this and just have that for tonight. It is so good. I was lucky enough to have this sold to me by a friend for MSRP, so 90, because I don't see these in stores around me, because I'm in Maryland, and Maryland, unless you're in DC, gets nothing, and then around DC, it's just secondaryprice.org, and we hate that, so I'm not doing any of those things. But if you can find this for MSRP or under $100, I would definitely do yourself a favor and grab Peerless Double Oak. Okay, well, that's my first impressions of my 4 new uncracked bourbons. Well Espresso Reserve, Elijah Craig Toasted, 1792 12 years, and Peerless Double Oak. Now, I'm actually going to give the order in which I liked these in the order on the barrel. Favorite, second favorite, third favorite, least favorite. I will say, though, by value, though, if you get the Weller Special Reserve for MSRP, that is just a great daily sipper, which is the unfortunate side effect of the current bourbon market and the fact that we can't have nice things. So thanks, America. You did another awesome thing to us. We have to hunt for a $30 bottle. Think about that for a second. I got to hunt for a $30 bottle. Why? But these two definitely shined above the other two. I can't wait to see, after some oxygen gets in these bottles and I get some more pours in my life, which one I think is the better of these two. But this one is the clear winner today. If you like these fresh uncracking videos, I have some scotches I have to uncrack, so let me know in the comment down below if you want to see some more uncracking videos. I gotta buy some more bottles in the future anyway. But like this video, give a like, not subscribed yet, make sure you do. It's the best way to support me. It's one of the ways to support me. Hit that join button down there. It'll help me buy more bottles for you, get more videos going, and it helps me grow. So if you can do that, it'd be awesome. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time.